Happy Back to the Future Day. Like everybody around the world, I wish I had a time machine to go back in time to basically get rid of wasted time, especially from stress that happened to me recently. But time machines don't exist currently, but that's what I would do if they did exist. For me, I'm just glad that it's resolved today and good riddance because I didn't need that friend. And just a reminder, think about your mental health because your brain is the greatest tool that was ever given to you, and you need to focus on that. And it doesn't hurt to get rid of toxic people in your life, especially when they try to gaslight you thinking that you're in the wrong. And for me, this ex friend thinks I'm the asshole in this situation. So the question is, am I the asshole in this situation? Basically, I left a friend because she basically used me financially, emotionally, and um, physically, and also would rather choose a friend that single-handedly destroyed her whole family financially all in one day. But apparently, I'm the monster. So basically, she claims that I triggered her night terrors and abandonment issues because I didn't talk to her for 3 weeks because she kept on harassing me to confirm that I was going to pick her up for a dental appointment. And I did confirm with her the first 2 times. I'm like, okay, I get it if you want to confirm 2 times because sometimes the first time you don't fully understand, so the second time is fine. Kept on harassing me nonstop. And then the friend that I mentioned earlier, the one that single-handedly destroyed her family in one whole day, started harassing me and called me a 304, called my man a 304, and she didn't even disclose who she was. He didn't have her number saved on the phone. And then she goes on a full yelling match with my ex-friend's father, puts him in the hospital because they found out that same day that he's a diabetic and he was a few levels away from having a coma. But he's okay, but lost his eyesight. Still isn't okay to work, and from my knowledge, he was the only sole provider that they had. Also, for me, this friend, why I said I feel like I was used financially and physically and mentally. Um, Basically, I helped her with a lot of finances because the man that she chose to marry, she just recently married this man, basically refuses to pay anything. So she was scrapping the very barrel of her finances. And this one time where we both started a new job, she couldn't afford anything. And it basically hurts me to this day because I did help her buy all of that. I bought $300 worth of basically snacks for her, hair products, cleaning products, and work clothes for her. And usually people don't drop $300, especially Walmart. Like nobody really drops $300 for somebody in Walmart, especially for a friend that I thought I was pretty close with, and I only know her for 2 days. Not 2 days, 2 years. So for me, maybe I might have been a little bit irrational, but then how she apologized to me, basically she said, "Oh, I'm sorry for whatever I did because I didn't do anything wrong. And you're just being a little bit irrational and you're pinning all this blame on me." And then during the 3 weeks that I didn't talk to her, she kept on pushing me to talk to her again. She kept on rushing me to talk to her again, even though she said, "I'll give you the space to mentally sort out yourself." So you can be ready for me. And then when I finally said I was ready to talk to her, um, all the things I said to her, I was straightforward with. She basically took everything face value, not even face value. She glazed over it, and the only thing she took from the whole conversation where I said, I apologize if there was any miscommunications. She took the I apologize, I was wrong part and ran with it. She was like, yeah, you are wrong. And then she was like, okay, well, now we can be friends, right? And I was like, I guess. And she was like, cool, I'll try to make the effort to message you back and call and reach out to you and communicate to you. Never did that. And also why I said that I feel like I was used physically, because again, in the beginning, I helped her clean her house. I helped her like put on clothes so she didn't look like she just got out of a depressive coma, because that's how she looked every time when I came to her house. And again, I was the one who always went to her house. I did invite her to come to my house to hang out because there's days where I don't want to drive. And currently, with my new job, I drive a long distance. So I told her that I don't want to drive to her house anymore. And she was like, "Well, can you just come over? It's just fine. Like, you should be fine. You can just sleep over at my house." She forgot I have dogs too. She has dogs too. And I know, like, everybody cares about their fur babies. I do, especially. And I feel bad when I leave them pretty much the whole day, because basically I would be with her 6 all the way to 12 at night. So that's a long schedule to be with somebody. Um, and basically, to circle back, like, I did invite her, and her excuses was, oh, I don't want to drive today. Oh, I'm waiting for my man to come back from work. Even though she knew that he wasn't going to come back to work for a long period of time. And I did mention that they did get married recently. The whole marriage thing was kind of messy too, because both of them got cold feet. And not long ago, before her wedding, she told me that she was in love with 2 other people. She told this one guy that I know because I worked with him that she's always been in love with him. And he was like, oh, cool, samesies. And she was like, cool. And he was like, I don't want to be a homeworker and I'm dating somebody. And she was like, cool. Basically, brushed him under the rug and started falling in love with somebody else. And this other person said, yeah, I like you too, and I would like to sleep with you also. And the same person, basically, she invited to the wedding. And speaking about the wedding, I was initially invited to the wedding. It was a court wedding because she had to rush it because her man's has a medical issue and his insurance did not cover it. So she wanted to rush it so she can put him on the insurance. Doesn't work that way because there's a waiting period. But basically, this man that she's in love with, she reserved a spot for him. And my spot that was reserved for me, she was like, nope. Basically, you're like out of the wedding, because she already assumed that I couldn't come because it was on a Friday. And I was like, I'll make time to be there. But she was like, nope, I want to make space for my dad because I don't know how long my dad has, because rumor has it he only has 6 months. So, question is, am I the asshole in this situation? Or am I semi, like, justified? You guys can answer.